You guys got your milk and cookies. You got your popcorn. It's going to be a long ride with these kinds of videos. I would urge you to watch them in order, but if you don't, it's okay. This is technically video 2 because I decided to split up the last video into its own video for like the beginning of the series. And yeah, I don't know what this is going to be. I'm just going to be counting the videos. Call them episodes, call them what you want. But anyways, thank you ladies and gentlemen for tuning in to this, whatever this is about to be. Remember to be your authentic self. Remember to walk your own path. Love yourself, truthfully love yourself, and then spread that love outwards. We really need unity in these times. But we're starting off with a video from Tom Fell. Shout out to Tom Fell. Video will be credited down below. His page, everything. Go show him some support. Let's get into this commentary video.
Completely disengage. Almost everything on the internet is bait to engage your most extreme emotions, which is why it feels so awful and euphoric to be on it. But let's be honest, it's mostly awful, especially after this last week. Ignorance isn't bliss, but neither is omniscience. You don't have to know why people are mad at Mr. Beast. You don't have to know every single thing Trump does every single day. You definitely don't need to watch someone get shot and all the reactions to that person getting shot. God bless her, but your old college roommate's wife is not going to solve the current political crisis. The internet is essentially AI slop, thoughts, and prayers. You'll never find the closure or the gratification you want on here. Do not hate watch. Do not comment. Negative engagement is still engagement. Disengaging allows you to focus on the things you can control instead of on the news cycle, which you can't. The second I see something that pisses me off, I log off, and it genuinely helps. Okay, so here's my theory about what really went down last week. It's the media orchestra.
Oh, the hot scientists at MIT are urging you to get the hell off the internet. Guys, I am so serious, man. Dude, yo, believe it or not, I literally, and I have videos coming in the future about this topic, but man, I'm trying to fight the urge to just, be chaotic how I usually am in my videos and bring 8 different storylines into one, but bring it back to one cohesive truth. And it's the fact that so much is distractions. I say it about the music industry too. I've had people even try to argue me and battle me on this when I'm not trying to argue. I'm just trying to tell you that Nikola Tesla said the world, or if to understand the universe, you need to think in terms of frequency, energy, and vibration, which we are all of. We are all made up of. Your heart gives off an electromagnetic field. So does your brain. Your heart more intense than your brain. When music and all these things pull on your heartstrings, they are catching you. To pull on someone's heartstrings, or even that saying, you already know what it means. If you don't, hey, look up the saying. We have AI now. but paraphrasing in my own words, it's literally to pull on that energy. You guys have to understand, to pull on somebody's feelings, tugging on their heartstrings, that can really be used interchangeably, either good or bad. But these events, these distractions, the music industry, all of it. And funny enough, I got videos coming, which is why I don't want to just go down the rabbit hole of the music industry being owned by the CIA. But wait until you see the video I got to bring you. Literally, I've had like a few people I've met in my life that acknowledged and realized that the music is tuned in a certain way to literally have you acting up. But, I still get flack like, oh, no, but it's just entertainment. It's just this. And it's like, that's not the point. It's just like reflect on your own thoughts and emotions, and then reflect on the things that you consume daily. If they align with each other and it's in a negative way, something has to change. It's not me wanting to change you or you trying to change, but hey, just a suggestion, because a lot of this stuff on the internet, music and everything is this right here. It's bait. It's all bait. Yeah. I bet you never heard somebody say it like that, but the music is bait too. the music is bait too. Think about it. It's just like we look at memes or we look at political situations and all this stuff as like bait when they, get the left and the right fighting, or, even in the video, he mentioned every single thing that Trump does every single day, or why people are mad at Mr. Beast. Do not separate the music from it as well. Not that he is, but you know what I'm saying? It's damn near everything. You can literally look in the past. There used to be a point in time where music, especially rap, I want to tell you this about rap. If you look at some of the origin of rap and look at where it came from, it was very knowledgeable. Look at the artist Guru Gangstar and the things that he used to say in his songs, or there's other great artists that you can find back then that were dropping true knowledge, man. Even Jordan Peterson, that's his name, right? I forgot. I haven't talked about him in a while. He even said it, why rappers are like, or why rappers or artists are favored in their wordplay, because the mnemonic devices that they use to activate parts of your brain that relate to other situations. So it's like it makes you think about prior knowledge. It's insane, the artistry of how like you actually, when you start breaking down music. But I've known this too with double entendres and stuff, and how they get you to really stretch your mind. But a lot of the music is dumbed down. A lot of the memes are dumbed down. A lot of the political discourse is dumbed down. A lot of even the Twitch drama you see is dumbed down. Like, we've gotten to a state where it's crazy that people got to say this as like, you know, I almost think it would be common sense to realize that you don't need to know if freaking, I don't know, like you don't, I was going to say there was actually something specific I was going to mention, and then my brain did the great thing and said, think before you speak, because again, when I said I'm not suicidal in this series, oh, I didn't say it yet on video, but I'm saying it now. You don't, there's events you don't need to pay attention to. And you have to understand, there was a point in time, I seen a guy talk about stoicism, and he said, you know, you have to understand that a lot of these great philosophers that were born in certain eras were born in some of the worst time periods ever. And that's where their philosophy was developed. And maybe that's why people like my ideology, but I'm not sure. But I don't really feel like we're in the worst era, but it is definitely the era of misinformation, AI, and information overload, and just this, I don't know, crockpot of what the fuck, to be honest. What are these DLC packs that God is dropping, right? But no, in all honesty, in that post, right, somebody made a comment to his video, which I may show the video in this series, I don't know, where they said, yeah, but even though those philosophers were born in that period of time, they weren't born in a period of time where you can literally turn on the news and see someone game ended, which is so true. Like, I'm sorry, it's so true. It's like, yeah, they lived through a very bad time, and we're not trying to compare traumas here of who went through what and whose traumas. Your emotional baggage is worse than my emotional baggage, or mine is worse than your emotional baggage. No, you know, no emotional baggage is created equal, but in this country it should be. No, I'm just joking. But you know what I'm saying? It's that you were never supposed to be like this exposed to this information. I'm telling you. And I had such an awesome conversation with my stepdad where he's seen the evolution of this take place. You know, when you listen to news channels, and maybe for the OGs, you guys can relate to this if there's any OGs watching this video, you know, my 40s and 50s and 60s viewers. But there was a point in time where news was only local news. You did not care about what was going on in Michigan, or you did not care about what was going on in Florida. And not to say in the not caring way with negative connotation, like you don't care about the human lives that are pretty there, but being real, it didn't really impact your daily life because you have your life to focus on. Nowadays, we're in the era of they need to let you know when there's a shooting in 50 different states, and you're waking up to that, and then you got to go to work. Do you kind of realize the desensitization and the stuff that is going on with that? That is not healthy psychologically. You think in the times that fucking that who do we got? Oh my gosh, I almost wanted to say Eurydice because I've been thinking about Greek mythology. But do you guys think freaking Socrates, Aristotle, Plato, Friedrich Nietzsche, all of them, like Confucius, like Immanuel Kant, all of these philosophers can turn on their little, they could hit the iPad and be like, oh, look at, like, I wanted to say a joke about like iPad kids, but bro, I'm laughing at this because like Plato, all of them, they even though yes, they were born in some crazy times that were going on at the time, but Confucius, Lao Tzu, all these guys, like they weren't, you weren't ingrained. You did not know what was going on. And don't worry, it's a double-edged sword. My platform is on the internet. I know, I understand. I'm not saying this isn't an anti-internet sort of thing or I'm just anti-surveilling all of us. Gonna save the AI talk for another video. And anti anything that is fear mongering, man. It's fear mongering. And I'm pro touch grass. And yes, disengage. Y'all have to understand. I seen a psychiatrist talk about this before. The comment section is just something you avoid on TikTok, on Instagram, any of these places. And shit, for me, I've almost started to do it with YouTube because I said some comments are just straight up bait. Like, you want to know what's funny about like the engagement? Like, it makes me laugh nowadays. I never used to. I used to be bothered in the past, like a while ago, almost like 3 years ago. But there was a comment right here. Here's an example of what's going on and how. Don't worry, I got a video talking about how bad the CIA and all of these psyops have really gotten people fighting each other. Is I made a comment or I made a video about consumerism in BL4, right? And just, I think I mentioned a comment within there saying how this is in all forms of entertainment. It's not just the game industry. And if I didn't, now I'm making it here and I'll have to make it in the future. But they look at you as walking wallets, right? When this video is completely like, do you know how there's certain things in the world where it's very hard to be mad at that thing or very hard to be upset with that thing? Let me show you how bad the programming has gotten. I made that video. It wasn't for clicks, but somebody commented that. Of course, they deleted their comment after because like, how do you, it's like a very cute baby puppy meme. And then you say, that's the most ugly fucking thing I've ever seen on the planet. The video I made was being neutral as opposed to Vara Dark's perspective on Borderlands 4. But I was just saying it's sad because I want to buy it, but I know I can't because if the CEO of the company is treating me like a fucking rodent, I'm not putting my money in that. Why would I do that? Why do you guys support that? And then I get a comment on there, and this is why it's rage bait or even bots like the dead internet theory. And it just made me chuckle. The person is like, yeah, this video is for clicks. Oh, because incel something like, or they said something completely opposite to what the video is, which makes me think it's just bot comments. But like, people actually upset at the video. Like, you guys, you don't have to be a battery in the back for a CEO with tons of fucking money who's basically telling you fucking go code your own engine. Bro, what simulation 2.0 are we living in where we're going to support a CEO who basically is like, you guys have no idea what the fuck you're doing. /sarcasm on Twitter. What? Like, do you see what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm bringing all this point back to disengage and all of that. Because me even talking about this right now is engaging a little bit, but I didn't even take it personal. I just laughed because I really said in my mind when it happened the same thing I'm saying to y'all now. How can you be mad at that statement? Do not consume products from a CEO that's basically telling you you are worthless. Not exactly all that way, but some of them do subtly, and then some of them straight up do. There's a couple big AAA developers I can think in mind, or just CEOs that are just, you'll own nothing and be happy. But that's the thing, is we are in a day and age where this literally can't be avoided. You have a cell phone surveillance device in your hand, and you can't avoid it. So you have to be mindful and be more conscientious of how long you're spending time on these things. And especially now that AI is getting incorporated, man, there's already videos I see going around of like political figures and everything using AI to like autocorrect videos and stuff. And I don't know, it's getting weird. We got a video coming on that, but it's getting in the day and age where it's like, I have to say, I don't really mind the technological advances. You know, we evolve, we go with the, you know, evolution, quote unquote, with what technology they're throwing at us, which is probably 20 years more advanced than they're actually showing us right now. They're slow dripping us. But you know what I'm saying? I don't want it to become cyberpunk of all things. I don't want to be in some grim, dark cyberpunk universe. So detach, disengage from this stuff and listen, because this stuff is so dangerous, man. From the gender wars to everything. Like, you will see posts of women saying all men are trash. Then you'll see posts of men saying all women are this and we need trad wives and all this. Then you'll see certain podcasters and commenters even get in on that conversation and grift. Bro, like, do you see what I'm saying? It's all a hodgepodge of just go find God. It's within you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, this shit is all a distraction. And then I love how he ended the video too with, Okay, so about the recent event, the media orchestra. But so seriously, man, so seriously, I'm gonna talk about that event. I waited a little bit like after it happened because I didn't want to drop a video like everybody and their mother did on the first day it happened, which no disrespect to them, it was hot at the time and it happened. And that's crazy. That's the crazy statement to make about somebody who died. But, you know, I'm just saying, again, the world's a stage. So yeah, not really, I don't know. Don't worry. But yeah, man, I'm not going to get too political on here. I'm going to get pro-human and uniting because look at what happened in Nepal. Anyways, much love in Moonlight. I'll see y'all. I'm not suicidal. And yeah, love y'all.